Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 145 update for the Darth Loquitur account. Update this account's progress every week. Go through all the characters, ships, mods, datacrons, whatever upgrades we're doing so that people can follow along. Please remember, as we get started, use that like saber. Get that like button out of here. I would appreciate that. All right, let's get into it. It's going to be mostly a mod update this week. We're working on the journey for Jabba the Hutt. We've got that unlocked. So we'll take a look at that first. I'm about halfway done, so you can see we've got 86 tokens in the bank, and pretty much the events are half done. So we'll get Jabba this coming week. That means that we're not going to do a whole lot of gearing on a bunch of characters. Basically, we're going to save up the gear and make sure that when we get Jabba, we can take him straight to relic levels. In terms of the Tier 2 projects, we have been working on farming this Veteran Smuggler Han and Veteran Smuggler Chewie. They're part of the Jedi Training Rey event, and we need Jedi Training Rey for Jedi Master Luke. So that'll be our next journey after we get done with Jabba. So we're going to go ahead and work on that. Canderous we need for the crate team eventually, and also just Maul Mandos in general. He's a big contributor. So I look through the gear here to see if there's anything that I would not want to use. It seems okay, so I take him up to gear 10. We're out of these Mark 10 HoloLenses. I'm probably going to end up having to buy those for Mark 1 raid tokens because I just can't seem to get enough into the account anyway. Going into mods, we're going to work on all these gray mods, sell off all the things 3 speed or less. It gives us 13 mods we can play with. First one we miss on speed, second one we miss on speed. If anybody wants to know these filters, watch my Mod Mastery series. The 6th Holocron goes through all of these filters, how I use them and why. Here we get an 8-speed green mod. I think about it for a second, then I go ahead and take it up again. It gets 14 speed and then right away hits again to 18 speed. That'll be 19 speed when we take it to 6 dots. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. We'll take it, and here we hit 4 more speed and go to 23 speed total. So quite a nice mod from gray to 23. That mod didn't work out. Next one misses on speed as well. Crosses, we're going to give a lot more opportunities because this account was completely out of crosses last week in the update. So we've tried to give ourselves more opportunity with crosses here, and we'll go ahead and slice a little bit more aggressively. 12 speed, it's okay. Protection main stat's not ideal, but hey, it gives us more mods that we can work with. All right, we take a hack at this one. It gets 10 speed. We'll take it to blue and miss speed. We'll take it to purple, miss speed again. So we'll just keep it somewhere in the background and let that be a mod for, you know, some other character someday. Here we're working on a diamond and then another cross here that we'll try to get going. No hits on speed, so we'll sell off a bunch of stuff there. We'll go into the blue and green, really nothing new to slice there. Move on to the purple and gold, sort through all those. We do have this nice arrow with a health main stat and 15 speed already rolled on it. So we're going to take that up to 6 dots, and we hit speed right away to 21 speed. Going to blue, we miss, then going to purple, we hit 26 speed. So that's a fantastic arrow, and I'm thinking maybe for a tank like Crescent and somebody like that, where we can maintain the speed of almost the speed of an arrow at 26 speed substat, and get that health main stat onto the character. Here we've got a health mod with health percent and 15 speed. We try to hit it to blue. It doesn't work out for us, so we'll be done with that one for the moment. Then we're going to go in and sell a bunch of 1-speed mods that didn't work out, and we're going to go ahead and try a couple of these. Again, we're trying to develop crosses, so we saved some crosses back. We try a little harder and throw them out. All right, then we're going through, and it's been a while since I've sold off, and I don't have a good filter for this, so you kind of have to go through and manually pick the ones that are 8 or 9 speed, 7 speed, something like that you want to get rid of. So I cleared out 30 mods there, and we end up with only 175 mods in inventory. It gives us a nice space to farm up every week without running them over into our inbox. Here I go into Chrysanthemum. We are going to remod him a little bit and again try to make use of that new arrow that we got with 26 speed and health main stat, so we put that on Chrysanthemum. And then we're just trying to find another defense mod somewhere that we can put on him because we need to match that defense set So that's pretty good. 68% armor. Pretty good chunk of health and protection on this guy. It'll get better as I continue to relic him up, but for now, that's where we stand. And like I said, mostly just a mod update this week. The rest of it was saving for Jabba for next week. All right, so stats, 140, week 145, 6.71 million galactic power. We added a little bit of galactic power, but basically it's 0,000. It's not any multiple of 10,000 that we added. So, yeah, it's 0 for the week. First week in a long time that we've ever had 0. 84 relics, 95 zetas, 12 omicrons. JMK is striking into the top 10 this last week. Keeps pushing up, and we're doing pretty well there. In fleet, Profundity's getting us top 5 when we have the opportunity to play. And Jabba, again, for next week, we're planning to build and relic Jabba. And then we'll be on the home stretch with his ultimate, and we'll be working on that for a while. Next week, farming plan, we're still doing 000 and BT1, Ambo, and ships. In fleet energy, we're using that for the TIE Fighter, the Sith Fighter, and Marin. And Cantina energy, we're splitting that mostly the vets right now. They should finish up this next week, so we'll finish up the vets and get whatever signal data we can. Mods, I'm still trying to do 5 refreshes a day, do 3 refreshes on mods every day, do 2 refreshes on slicing materials every day, and I'll keep doing that for as long as I can sustain the crystals. 2023 planning still the same, Jabba into JML, and then we're looking at all this stuff as sideline teams. The Darth Revan team is ready to go, but I'm waiting to put a little more gear on that team, waiting to see what I can do with Zetas or whatever, and get that Malak event unlocked. So we'll get Darth Revan and Malak and get a Malgus team going here at some point. I do want to relic Daka for the assault battles. Still have that on my project list. Maybe Second Sister, same way, get that done. And then the Sana Staros team, I want to get that up and running. And then, of course, Afra with the 000 and BT1 when they're done. I'll farm a Pondo and go after Afra. So that's all the stuff that I want to do, but after we get JML into the account. So after 7 days, halfway there, I did 1 each of the higher level events, 2 of the events for the 20 shards, and only 1 of the events for 10, but I have 87 in the bank, so it's easily going to be done within the next week. For mods on those crosses, I did find 3 crosses to purchase out of the shops. And I didn't build a character this week, but even after all the mod work and everything else, I still ended up at 31 million. And we were down below 10 million last week, I think. So I added back like 20 million, 25 million almost in currency. Just made a lot of purchases of credits out of the raid store. And then if I go into mod a character right now, I see that there's 5 mods for crosses, where last week there was none. So over the course of this week's mod work, we developed 5 crosses that could be used somewhere. So that's nice. And we'll continue to keep a focus on them and try to build up an inventory of usable crosses over the next few weeks. Continue to look for opportunities to buy those out of the mod shop. Continue to buy a lot of currency with raid so that I can convert that to mods. I did work on a relic character this week. It didn't show up in the video update. I didn't think to do it at the time. I was working on crate raid stuff, and I just went in there and popped Mob Enforcer up from Relic 3 to Relic 5 so that she qualified for one of the higher level tiers. And so I didn't record it, but I did take her from Relic 3 to Relic 5. That does mean that I used 80 Bronzium wiring, and for this week, I expected this to take a pretty big nosedive because I really haven't farmed any light side. Of course, I'm farming dark side for tokens for Jabba, so the 7B node for light side for Kyro shock prods is a big Bronzium wire generator for the Mark V data pads that are over there. But since we haven't been farming that, I thought the Bronzium wiring would plummet, but it it wasn't too bad. We still made 133 of them, 118 created from scraps and 15 from events for the week. So I ended up with 244 after everything was said and done. So interesting. It puts us in decent shape for the next relics coming up for JML. All right, that's going to be it for the account update for week 145. Kind of on pause, waiting, trying to get this Jabba unlocked and be ready to slam him up to relic levels as soon as we can. That'll be next week, hopefully, and then we'll work on the alt and keep going from there. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. The notification bell will let you know when I'm online. And, of course, join us over on the Discord. The description is in the link down below always. So click on that and head on over and join our community. It's really a safe community, non-toxic, good for new players to get real answers from experienced players that are willing to help. So I'm very proud of our community. Hope to see you over there. Click the link, join us. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next Holocron.